Hello, back on the channel for all the enemies that's watching and that's want to be monitoring spirits and stuff or whatever. And I give this to people that's going through trials and stuff. If somebody want to sit there and follow you on all platforms or whatever, let them see what God has done for you or whatever. One thing is God fight all my battles. People have bad luck and they wonder why they can't seem to get ahead or whatever, and the things happen to them because basically they always doing wrong or whatever. They heart ain't never right. Talking about your spirit or whatever your spirit is, what you call it. What bothers them about spirit is basically when you chosen one and you live for God or whatever, the demons inside of people are disturbed. Like you don't even have to be worrying about them and they worrying about you 24/7. They always worrying about what your next move and what you gonna do or whatever. But when you stay silent, silent kills the devil. The devil don't know what you're doing when you stay silent or whatever. And basically today we're gonna be covering on dealing with demonic spirits, hating spirits or whatever, and dealing with people of this earth or whatever. All you gotta do is get on your knees and pray, and your prayers be answered or whatever. When people try to pray on your downfall, their downfall is soon to come or whatever, because the devil can bless you with things too. Like I said in the last video, if you don't live for God and you're not being attacked, maybe you need to check yourself or whatever. But the devil is always on his job or whatever, and I still remain in faith. I remain unbothered about situations. What gives me strength is basically reading my Bible every day. For the people that are always watching and trying to find out what you're doing and stuff like that, I don't care about them watching because they don't dictate my life. They don't dictate who I'm going to be, and they sure don't run nothing over here. So basically, the times we living in here is whatever. Protect yourself at all costs because the world is getting bad. You have so many devilish spirits around you and stuff, hating spirits, people that just don't do nothing but downrate and talk about somebody when they need to be talking about themselves and looking at themselves in the mirror, in a deep mirror, because they got some things and some issues that's going on. If they ain't smiling every day, then they got a problem. But today I want to talk about God is working in this year. God is working in this year, is revealing Himself. God is revealing Himself more in this year than any other year. We already said that about 2024. The Bible fulfilled prophecies, burning down, flooding, storms, tornadoes, blackouts. Blackout haven't happened yet, but I believe a blackout is coming. A war is coming too. It hasn't revealed itself, but it's in the mix. God revealed it to some of the people, wherever, prophets, and it's prophesized. And everything is prophesizing about. God told me to get on here and just keep dropping these videos day to day, and that's what I'm gonna do or whatever. Ain't nothing gonna stop me, ain't nobody gonna stop me, and I ain't worrying about what the next person think. One thing you have to do is quit worrying about what the next person think, because the next person will dictate your life or whatever. And then also quit letting these people put you in a bad mood. Don't let people ruin your day or whatever. Go about your day, continue smiling or whatever, and praising God or whatever. And always find time for God. This is the key to finding time for God. First you wake up, and the first thing is you should be getting a word into your spirit. Word, that's by reading a devotion book, listening to somebody talk about God, listening to church music to uplift your spirit when you get down or whatever. God is still working in my life. And the funny thing, every time I obey God, God turn around and show me He's working. I get a phone call that I know He's working. Or I get an update on something that I'm waiting on or whatever. And it's crazy or whatever. And one thing you have to do when you constantly beating on that door and it's not opening, that means it's not ready yet. So when I'm praying about something that I'm not sure about, or this is for everybody, which you should say, God, if it's meant for me, then you'll allow it to happen. If it's not meant for me, then it's not going to happen. And that's basically how everything operates and work or whatever. And then, whatever, one thing I had learned living for God, God grew me up on, is turning the other cheek. I don't have to like nobody. You don't have to like somebody, but you can't hate nobody or whatever. You get what I'm saying? Keep your enemies close, but not that close or whatever. And basically that's what it is. Treat everybody the same and fair. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes but how the people do you. And some people just keep annulling that same pain by just lying and lying or whatever, when they actually killing themselves because it's making them look stupid. Really. And then one thing I want to say about transgression and irritable spirits and evil spirits that work magic of the devil and stuff or whatever, it's not going to work on a chosen one of God. If you believe in God and you put on the whole godly armor every day, whatever somebody's trying to do with you spiritually is not going to work. God won't let it prosper. You just keep embedding your mind into the Bible or whatever, and all this stuff will flow out. People call your phone and just sit on the phone, hang up immediately. Don't even allow them. Sometimes when people call your phone and sit on it, don't even say nothing. You have to train your mind, just not say nothing. Just hang up the phone. If they ain't said nothing in 2 seconds, just hang up the phone or whatever. Because you got these people out here that's really evil and trying to do stuff to people or whatever, and people give me evil intentions just by sitting by you and stuff. And then once a person show their face, they're the same person or whatever. When they show their true colors or whatever, that's why there's no faking over here with me. There's no faking at all. If you was the same person a couple weeks ago, what changed now? Now you want to come sit in my face and talk to me about all these things and what's going on and stuff. Why should I care about your problems? You never care about my problems or whatever. But God said have a forgiving heart and to come to an understanding or whatever. But it always seems like when you try to come to an understanding with them people or whatever, they turn around and they backstab you in your back. Like always or whatever. And those people that you have to cut off permanently and cut them off in the heartbeat and fast or whatever. Don't talk to them, don't fool with them, just don't say anything, just remain in silence around them. And then you also have these spirits or whatever that run back and tell everything that you say. So best don't talk about nobody or whatever. And then if you're around people that's gossiping around people, you don't want the energy to rub off on you. So you need to stay to yourself and keep positive around negative energy or whatever. Negative energy is everywhere. Negative energy is all in the air. People are miserable and want you to be miserable, but you can't allow them to be miserable on your side or whatever like that. There's a lot of lies that have been told on me and been told on every person of God. I mean, that you can't worry about what other people say or whatever, because what other people say don't dictate or whatever. Because they act like they're hurting you, but they actually hurting themselves, because God sees everything. God keep a tender point, and especially if you're not on your knees asking for forgiveness, that's just building up. Or whatever. Because we shall ask for forgiveness for everything we do or whatever. Then you got people that want to be in control of your life or whatever. See, this is the process I had to go through. Controlling spirits, basically family members. Your family members can be your worst enemy. When you get a little bread or anything, they want you to break bread. They feel like they're obligated to anything you get or whatever. And that's kind of the problem in society now. But you have to learn, you have to keep things to yourself or whatever, because everybody want a piece of your blessing and everything. That's what I learned, but you gotta learn that or whatever. Then you also have to learn that when people do stuff to try to be ignorant, it always backfires on them. Because when you remain unbothered by it, you show you're being a bigger person or whatever. Like basically, that's what it is in this world society today. And it's always, when you a worker of God, you want to remain in silence. Like I said, harmless as a dove, wise as a serpent. Don't let nothing slide by. What I mean by that is, no, don't hate nobody or do anything reactive, but always remember and keep account in your mind when somebody tells you something or whatever. Pay attention. Always being wise means you pay attention, you observe people, you observe the energy around, you observe what type of person it is and stuff like that. Some people out here feel like they God, and they ain't no God. They can't talk about nobody, tell nobody, or whatever, nothing about them, or talk about somebody being so bad, or they being a fake prophet or whatever, because if you don't know God, how can you tell somebody they're a fake prophet? And then on top of that, all kinds of people got skeletons in their closet. The main one that's sitting there talking about people got a couple skeletons in their closet that they don't want nothing exposed about them. And they exposed, once they exposed. And then one thing about, you don't mess with God's children. When you mess with God's children, you shining in your rights automatically a way to be punished or whatever. God says, for people that keep doing evil, He will have mercy on them for a long. But He would also fight your battles. He would have mercy on them in a way where He not just go slam them down or whatever. He go slowly release and just in basically like a step like this. If they don't get it when I'm taking this away, I'm going to take something else away. Some people don't get it. When they just keep having stuff taken away from them, they wonder why they're sitting in the same spot. And then everything ain't glitter and glam. Just like, because you're doing good now, you ain't going to always be doing good or whatever. Especially if you ain't got God or whatever. That's just go like that. It's going to disappear in a snap of a finger or whatever. You can go be back to square one or whatever like that. And then another thing is your spirit and your heart. You gotta have a dedication in your heart to serve God. It has to be in your heart or whatever. Getting up every day, doing a devotion every day, whether it's listening to church music. You can find times and stuff, but mainly just every day is supposed to be focused on God, because God died for our sins, so we might have a place in heaven one day or whatever. And then me personally, well, I'm not perfect. You ain't say I was perfect, and I'm not perfect. But one thing I will do, everything, I ain't gonna sit there and go back and forth with you. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go get on my knees and pray about it. I'm gonna go pray about it. I'm gonna give it to God. And God ain't never failed me or whatever. God always shows up. People always say, oh, I ain't had this much bad luck until I got around, what you call it or whatever. Well, when you doing people wrong and you doing the wrong person wrong, a person of God or whatever, let's go back far. I mean, it's gonna come back like a last. It's just go boom, 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 and you gonna be like, dang, why is the walls closing into me? On your knees and stuff, begging or whatever. It's about how you treat people. That's what people have to realize, is how you treat people. And then for me or whatever, my life-based thing is, when I get on that level or whatever, I always go back and ask God for my sins or whatever, because I know I did wrong or whatever, and I did do wrong or whatever like that. But one person I can't stand a fake, two-faced person, two-facedness or whatever. They go around and smile in your face with all 10 teeth, and then go talk behind your back or whatever. I'm not playing them type of games or whatever. And God don't like a person that stirs up mess constantly. That's what you call blasphemy, gossip. You ain't got nothing good to do but sit around every day talking about the same person or whatever. That's why you're in the same level or whatever. And your mind just small. You just small-minded or whatever, because you sitting here worrying about this one person or whatever. Then you focus on that other person so hard that you don't even focus on what you got going on or whatever. But mainly this message was basically just a prep talk. We weren't doing any Bible related things today or whatever. This was just more like a message thing or whatever for people out there that's going through things or whatever. The attacks, just know the attacks are never ending. It's how you receive the attacks or whatever. what you have to do, what the devil is, you have to have like them attacks don't bother you. You have to get on your knees and remain in faith with God or whatever, and act like them attacks don't bother you. Let them the attacks roll off your back. So I hope this message find everyone well, and I'm out.